Viewers, good evening and welcome to Blueprint Explosive Exclusive. Today we're going to bring you yet another explosive story, exclusive sting operation coming in here on Times Now. The Ram Mandir donation theft case is only getting murkier by the day, viewers. Yesterday we told you how close aides of the trusted bosses offered to bypass CCTV, made assurances that everything can be facilitated. We also revealed to you about the donation process where gold changes hands with no proper bill, no paper trail, and no accountability. Today we get you part 3 of Operation Chanda Chori, carried out by Times Now SIT. In our cameras, we'll be getting you the real story of how the Mandir donation theft began. Who was really the mastermind? Today we are going to get you those answers. Our team spoke to a close aide of one of the trust members, Mandir Das, and what he tells us is nothing short of shocking and appalling. The aide of Mandir Das tells us that the man who was behind the entire Mandir donation loot was an individual named Gopal Rao. He was the man who worked closely with the trust and taught the other employees how to steal the benefits behind stealing the Mandir donation. Listen into these explosive charges that have been caught on camera only on Times Now.
नहीं जानना चाह रहे भैया शुरुआत कैसे हुई इन लोग की, उत्पत्ति कहाँ से? जैसे क्लेम तो कहते हैं कि हम शुरुआत से थे।
ये गोपाल है ना, गोपाल राव ये जब से आया कभी
सबसे पूरा राम मंदिर बनवाया,
पत्थरों में 30%
जमीनों में,
जमीन में।
ये कहाँ का था? वो साउथ इंडिया का था।
ये केरला का।
हाँ ठीक है।
ये आया, इसको पता नहीं कौन भेजा, कहाँ से आया, इसको भेजा गया कि ये वहाँ पे हंगामा कर रखा।
हाँ
ये वहाँ का कुछ है RSS का संघ का।
फिर
इसको यहाँ भेजे मंदिर बनाने, ये यहाँ आया, यहाँ ऐसे ही करने लगा। तो इन लोगों ने देखा, बहुत ही हो गया। तो इन लोगों ने देखा ये क्या हो रहा है, बोला ये क्या हो रहा है, बोला इसी हो रहा है।
यहाँ पे ये चोरी करना सिखाया। कुल मिलाकर बाबा यहाँ पे ये जो ट्रस्टी हैं उनको चोरी करना सिखाया कि ऐसे ऐसे करोगे, ऐसे आपको मिलेगा, इतना आपका फायदा होगा। ये इनको जोड़ा गया इसलिए कि ये बाहर के 100 लोगों को जोड़े हैं जाते राम।
उनके पास एक्सपर्टीज थी।
जी हाँ।
ये क्या करता था, अपने भतीजे को ले आया, वहाँ से 200 आदमी आए
जी,
इसके साथ 200 आदमी आए लेबर।
But it doesn't end there, ladies and gentlemen. As we questioned him further, the aide of Mandir Das tells us how Gopal Rao roped in his nephew into the operation. He's even alleging that gold and silver that is donated to the temple has been packed into sacks, even moved to Karnataka for melting instead of having the process done in Ayodhya or within Lucknow itself. Now, this claim is also that when the gold was being made to Ayodhya, Gopal Rao and his team made vouchers for 25 kilograms of gold and much more would be taken. The rest could possibly be pocketed. Listen into these charges.
तो अयोध्या वासियों को क्यों नहीं फिर ये मिला वो रोजगार?
कोई लेना देना।
अयोध्या वासी कहाँ?
उसके बाद जो है अपना भतीजा लाया, सोना चांदी और रुपया बोरे में भर के ट्रेन से जाएगा और भाई ये रहेगा। आप न्यूज में है, आपके न्यूज में
सोमेश आनंद।
हाँ, SIT वाले ने सब निकाल ली थी। और उसके बाद वहाँ से एक साल में 50 ट्रेवल किया, 50। और वहाँ जाता है कुछ रुपया जो है वहाँ नहीं गलाने में जाता है। ये बताइए यहाँ की जो चढ़ावा है सोना चांदी वो कर्नाटक में ही करेगा,
लखनऊ कहाँ निकल जाए?
लखनऊ में या
फैजाबाद में निकल जाएगा,
फैजाबाद में नहीं कर सकता वही करेगा। तो 1 किलो मंदिर का गलाने के लिए ले जाएगा और 25 किलो अपना ले जाएगा। उस 25 से 7 किलो निकाल ले जाएगा। बाउचर बनेगा, बाउचर बन करके 26 किलो का बाउचर बन गया, अगर पकड़ा गया तो 26 किलो का पूरा गला देगा, राम मंदिर का हो जाएगा। नहीं तो 1 किलो राम मंदिर का है, 25 किलो
भरे पड़े हैं सोनार यहाँ पे।
The scale of the allegations are massive and the revelations made are explosive. Let me tell you once again what we've managed to uncover so far. The first revelation, Gopal Rao is the man who started the theft. This is, of course, the first charge coming in on camera. The second, Gopal Rao taught everyone to steal. This is another comment coming in. Third revelation, Gopal Rao roped in his nephew into the act. Revelation 4, they've moved temple's gold to Karnataka for melting. Revelation 5, they've taken 26 kilograms of gold, but the voucher only for 25 kilograms. Another charge coming in. Extra 1 kilogram would be siphoned off if gone unnoticed. Now, this is what an aide of trust member Dinendra Das is telling us. Let's now get you the next aide. In this, you can hear the aid of Mandir Das, I beg your pardon, mention how attempts were made to block some members of the trust, including Dinendra Das himself, possibly to cover up their large-scale theft. Listen in.
आज आप तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट अपॉइंटेड है ना,
और क्या?
तो आप बोले नहीं लोगों को इस प्रकरण के बाद संपत को?
अरे यहाँ तक आने नहीं दिया जाता है, वहाँ से यहाँ कनेक्शन कट कर देते हैं। वो तो आप ये 6-7 महीने से वहाँ जाने लगे, हमें सब पता लगा।
महाराज जी को भैया राम मंदिर में आने में दिक्कत होता था, लोगों को इतना जलन था। अब आप सोचिए, अभी महाराज जी 7-8 महीने एक्टिव हुए हैं।
और सुनिए,
वो ये महाराज जी एक्टिव आप ही हैं तो
नहीं
चलेगी चीज।
जाने के बाद चौकी निगाहें तन जाती थी, अरे महाराज जी यहाँ क्यों आ गए?
हाँ,
अरे यहाँ क्यों आ
क्या
गए?
करने आए हैं?
अच्छा, कोई बोल रहा, चंपत राय बोले कि आप जो है मुख्यमंत्री आ रहे हैं मंदिर में, आपको उनको रिसीव करना, उनको जाना। तो अभी जा रहे हैं तो गोपाल बोल रहे हैं, अरे अब महाराज वहाँ कहाँ जा रहे हो?
गोपाल जो
नहीं जाओ, आप वहाँ क्यों जा रहे हो? गिर जाओगे, ये हो जाएगा, वहाँ जाने जाने क्यों नहीं?
इनको तो फिर तो मीडिया को गरिया रहे हैं, तो गरियाने दीजिए, इनको तो जूता पड़ना बनता है भैया।
Times Now also questioned the aid of Mahant Dinendra Das on the role of the treasurer of the Ram Mandir, and what we learnt was shocking. The aid tells us that everyone used to get a commission, and these commissions were given once a month. Further, he also reveals how there was a donation of 2 trucks of jackets that were once sent from Mumbai for the trust employees, but only 40 of these jackets were given to employees. The rest were allegedly unloaded at the residence of Anil Mishra, one of the key members of the trust. Listen in.
इनका क्या है, जो आपके ट्रेजरर हैं गोपाल गिरी जी, वो बहुत एक्टिवली अपनी प्रबल गोविंद देव बहुत प्रबल दावेदारी से आगे बढ़े हैं।
सब ही सबका कमीशन है, सबका कमीशन है।
वो महीना में एक बार आओ इनोवा से, वहाँ टैक्सी लेके जाते।
सुनिए, ये कोई बॉम्बे का वो था, 2 ट्रक जैकेट कर्मचारियों के लिए ले आया, 2 ट्रक 40 जैकेट खाली है, राम कचेरी में बांटा गया। मैं पूछा उनके चमचे से, मगर भैया हमें नहीं मिलेगा। अरे वो ट्रस्टी को हमें मिला था, वो डाल दिया, 40 मिला था, डाल दिया, और मालूम नहीं, वो चंपत राय को मालूम है, बाद में पता लगा कि अनिल मिश्रा के घर में उतर रहा है ट्रक।
क्या किया फिर उसका? बेची थी बात,
और क्या किया, वो बेचेंगे नहीं तो और क्या करेंगे।
Let's go right across to Priyank, who's joining us live at the moment. Priyank, very, very big revelations coming in. The entire system of the trust, they are not just, of course, trying to palm off what has been donated by several of the believers, but at the same time, the big question about how they are cutting off other trust members, including Mr. Mahant Dinendra Das, and his aides are admitting as much on camera.
See, Madhavdas, our viewer need to understand the hierarchy from Mahant Nitya Das, who's on the top in this particular ladder of 15 trustees. The second one is Champat Rai. Then you have 4 of these sent. One of them is Dinendra Nath. Apart from which, you have one person from the center side, which is Prashant Logande. He is the center appointed trustee. Then from state side, you have Sanjay Prasad. Then the district magistrate is also there. Everyone was being ignored. This is what is being spoken about. What Dinendra Nath aid, while he is sitting right next to him, although Dinendra Nath Das is not the one mother who's too outspoken, but he could have a smirk on his face when he said ki ab dekhna main kya bolta hu. That means he has also been waiting, because the manner in which he has been sidelined and the manner in which this theft has been happening right under his nose. Over the period of last few months and years, what they have been claiming, that 50 visits have been done by close aides of Gopal Rao, who used to travel by train with loads of cash and gold along with them, and whenever they used to come back, they used to come in the charter flight. So these are the major allegations which has been made by those people who were always there whenever the trust meeting happened. After every 3 months, the trust meeting happened. But he knows that there is a protective shield which has been made around Champat Rai, because of which his removal is certainly a difficult thing for the trust. It's going to be very important.
Very quickly for our viewers, we tried to reach out to Gopal Rao. What was the response that we got?
No response, out of reach. All the spokespersons' phones are switched off, and you know it is barred for media to enter that particular lane. Since the time we have exposed this sting operation yesterday, any vehicle which does not have the pass is not being allowed to move inside.
Priyank, thanks so much for getting us this explosive, exclusive story from yesterday evening 6 p.m. to today. Priyank has been bringing us a series of exclusive stories which we've been breaking right here on Times Now, and we're going to continue to report until there is justice done, until, in fact, whoever is responsible for these acts that have happened at the Ram Janmabhoomi Trust, until all of the accused, all of the guilty are punished, we will continue to report on the story. Thanks so much for joining us, Priyank, with that update. Let's quickly take this across to our guest now. Sharad Trivedi, spokesperson of the BJP, Sriraj Nair, national spokesperson of VHP, Dr. Akashdeep Muni, political analyst, Siddharth Sharma is national spokesperson of Aam Aadmi Party. Let me start with you first. Sriraj Nair, not only, of course, is the allegation coming in, and this is not something that we are saying. These are people working with trust members who have been caught on camera. They are making allegations of pilferage of jackets, of the gold being transported to Karnataka for melting, not happening in Ayodhya and Lucknow, which itself is questionable. What is going on?
Well, Madhav, while nobody disagrees that there were definitely lapses, SIT has been formed and SIT is investigating. Now, I saw your sting operation and I know Gopalji very well. Now, you said that his nephew, Somesh is not his nephew. Now, there is a lot of sensationalizing happening for whatsoever reason it may be. Now, you saw today's Mandir Chanda Chori Case's statement also. We all are the Hindus residing across the world are hurt because whatever has happened is unimaginable. While we don't want to shield anybody, we don't want to protect anybody, the law of the land is supreme. We want to ensure that whoever is a culprit found to be guilty has to be punished. But all this sensationalization is uncalled for.
What is sensationalization, Sriraj Nair? If there is theft happening in Ram Temple, you will not be outraged? What is sensational about it?
We are outraged.
So then
we
don't
are all
call it sensationalism.
Outraged. Everybody is outraged.
You know, the problem is when a mirror is shown, you have two options. Either you can clean your face if it's dirty, or you can continue with the dirty face. We are showing the mirror. If people want to believe that this mirror is showing something that is dirty, it is high time we all clean up the dirt.
Madhav, let the law take its own course. Let us not come in between the investigation. There is an investigating team which is, and all this thing.
Who is hindering the investigation?
We also welcome.
Who is hindering the investigation, sir?
We have already said.
Who is hindering the investigation? Please tell me.
Now this all, why? Now you think that your team, interviewing this sting operation is bigger than the SIT consisting of the IPS officer?
Did we say that? We are bringing out in public domain what the rot that exists within Ayodhya. Unfortunately or fortunately, that is the reality. The reality is something that you have to be faced with. And the point is that those who are accused of this story, many of them have not even been questioned. And there is an urgent need to clean up the system, which is why we are doing this, Mr. Sriraj Nair. You can accuse us of sensationalism, you can accuse us of anything. But the point is, this is journalism where we approach and bring out the reality of the situation on ground. You might not like this reality, but this is what it is.
We want severe punishment.
Well, I'm glad you're saying that. But let me bring in fact, some of the other spokespersons.
All those who are to be found guilty.
Let me bring in fact, Akashdeep Muni. Akashdeep Muni, do you agree with Mr. Sriraj Nair when he says that this is sensationalism?
Come out in open.
Let the SIT do its work. Please unmute yourself and speak, Dr. Akashdeep Muni.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, Madhavji, what is happening in Ayodhya is much bigger than it seems. And I'm sure in coming times now will be unraveling more scum from inside. You know, it all, this does not stop here. It's not about only Chanda Chori. It all started, remember, in March 18, 2021, when in Bagh Bijasi village, land was bought by real estate dealers Sultan Ansari and Ravi Mohan Tiwari for original owners for 2 crore, and just 10 minutes later, the same land was sold to Ram Mandir Trust represented by Champat Rai for 18.5 crore. and common witnesses in both the deeds were the then Ayodhya Mayor Rishikesh Upadhyay and trust member Anil Mishra. You remember all the advocates of Ayodhya came on the road and requested an FIR to be registered. FIR is still not registered in that case. The rot is much deeper. I must insist that you might know that Sanjay Singh is trying to register an FIR running with the documents since then. It's like 5 years, but they are not registering an FIR. And this is the zero tolerance policy of Yogi Adityanath, who can bulldoze houses depending upon religion, but not on corruption. I am asking that why there is an FIR not registered against Champat Rai? Why the trust has not been dissolved?
Okay.
The trust should have been dissolved.
Sharath
by now.
Trivedi, one by one. I got your point. Sharath Trivedi, please respond to those 2 points. You know, one is that if the bulldozer can run in other cases, why not in Ayodhya is a pointed question coming in from Dr. Akashdeep Muni. And there are very serious questions. You know, there are charges that have come out of this that there were attempts to block certain trust members to allow for such wrongful acts to take place. How do you respond to that, Sharath Trivedi?
Madhav, you see that first of all, these are private trusts and they are expected to run in a private manner. What they do, how they collect, what they do with the collections is their exclusive domain. In this matter, the first preliminary investigation had to be launched by the trust, but the government did not wait for that investigation. Government launched an SIT, and before the preliminary report was on the basis of the primary report of the SIT, government went in and made arrests. Government has already issued notices to a couple of these people whose houses have got some illegal construction, that houses will be demolished. They should report it within 15 days as per the court order. Now we are talking about investigation which should stand the scrutiny of the court. We are not going to go by hearsay. We are not going to go by knee-jerk reaction. We have to face the court. The government has to face the court. The investigating agencies have to face the court. We are talking about these opposition parties who have gone to the town screaming, crime and blood and all that.
There is one problem with your line of argument, though. You are accusing all these parties of doing politics, of UP elections coming. Just hear me out. Here, you listen to my question. The point is that even the BJP, which has mentioned the same Ram Janmabhoomi in its manifesto multiple times over. So you are accusing them of politicization, but they will similarly accuse you of doing so for the last 2.5, 3.5 decades.
No, these people are the same people. When we sought this FCRA amendment and we sought 3 years data, income tax data from these trusts, they said, what has government got to do with interference? How can you interfere in their private trust? Now they are saying that what do? We shoot these people.
No, but the SIT is probing this matter.
The Prime Minister has taken cognizance of the offence. Honorable Chief Minister has said the full force of law will be brought to bear on it.
Siddharth Sharma, the full force of law is going to be brought to bear in it. Not just the Chief Minister, even the RSS, Mr. Dattatreya Hosbole has spoken today. All action will be taken. The guilty will be punished. Respond.
Yeah, just few seconds ago, an oxymoron happened on your television. Times Now became one of the opposition parties of India as per the BJP spokesperson. He very clearly said that opposition is going to town. I don't think this is Times Now is an opposition. You are doing a sting operation. So this outrageous, sordid saga in the name of the Lord aside, kudos, Madhav, first and foremost, to your brilliant sting team to have verified the obvious, that Ram Mandir Chanda Chori is as real as the cover-up. Arvind Kejriwal has been saying this since during his Ramlala Darshan last week. RSS said today the same thing, that the high-end mighty are involved, and today your sting shows that the cover-up is real. ED party is the proverbial running hare and the hunting hound at the same time. Because we have to understand, this is not paise ki chori, this is astha ki chori. Your sting subject is an invitee trustee of that Ram Mandir, as per your own correspondent Priyank Tripathi. Now we have a Pradhanji who is quiet when his government's own representative was sitting in the trust, and we have a masquerade Chanakya who has not visited Ram Temple since its inauguration 900 days ago. Now every Sanatani today has realized that Ram is not a matter of faith for the ED party. It's just become a hook to get votes. This level of transactionalism.
But Siddharth Sharma, fortunately, unfortunately, they will accuse you of doing the same. Mr. Arvind Kejriwal suddenly landing up in Ayodhya and saying that I am a Hanuman Bhakt. Aren't you also politicizing it?
No. I think just this level of transactionalism from the ED party has become very astounding. ED party has lost all its moral footing and is now right now in a free fall. That is why people are gravitating towards India's real cultural representative, a party which provided free pilgrimages to Delhiites from Ayodhya Ji to Rameshwaram. Aam Aadmi Party today gives world-class education and healthcare to every Punjabi, and add to that weekly bhajan sandhyas across all villages of Punjab.
Okay, this is not a manifesto. One second, let me come in here. Let's come back to the issue of hand. The issue at hand is the serious goings on as far as the wrongdoings that have happened as far as the Ram Temple is concerned. But anyway, let me give Sharad the chance to respond to you. Sharad Trivedi, your quick response to Siddharth Sharma.
What I said that it was a matter for the opposition to realize that now they've finally understood that there's an existence of Bhagwan Ram in Ayodhya. These are the same people who said that out of 400 rooms in the palace, which room was Ram born? That was the kind of joke that these people were playing. Mr. Manish Sisodia had said that we should have a hospital there. Now suddenly they are so much interested in Ram. They are talking.
Be that as it may, Sharad Trivedi, the question still remains. Champat Rai, we were told, has resigned, and now we are told he's still part of the trust. How quickly will Mr. Champat Rai and his associates be removed? Because several of these accused are directly linked to Mr. Champat Rai.
Government is only interested in unearthing the conspiracy that has happened. The investigation agencies are already on it. Before the preliminary, as I said earlier, before the preliminary report of the SIT, government already had made arrests. We have said that full force of law will be brought to bear.
Yes, arrests are there, but as long as Mr. Champat Rai continues to remain in the trust office, we don't know how fair this probe will be. We don't know if there will be evidence that will be suppressed, if there will be witnesses who are influenced, and therefore, Sriraj Nair, let me ask you that question. How soon before Mr. Champat Rai actually steps down? He says he's resigned, but due to some technicality or whatever reason, he's still in the trust office.
Well, Madhav, it's very clear. Champat Rai has already tendered his resignation on 6th of July. That's 3 days after 3 days. There's a trust meeting. You know there are procedures. So this matter of resignation will come in force there on that particular day. But here on your platform, I saw a campaigning which has started for the UP elections, that they have started bhajan sandhyas and all. It is Mr. Arvind Kejriwal who quoted his nani that ऐसे मंदिर में जाना ही नहीं चाहिए जहाँ किसी के आराध्य स्थल को तोड़ा है. So all these things, what is happening today is that they are just seeing the 2027 UP elections. While we are again and again reiterating, we are very clear, any wrongdoing, any kind of siphoning, whatever has happened is very unfortunate, and all those culprits who have done this heinous crime has to face the music as per the law of the land.
Let the law of the land move swiftly, ensure that the guilty are punished at the earliest, because this has outraged crores of devotees. Those who believe in Lord Ram certainly are not very happy with the way things have panned out, and certainly, of course, everyone is watching very closely what happens. Elections and politics apart, it's a question of the matter of faith of all those devotees at the end of the day. Sharad Trivedi, Sriraj Nair, Dr. Akashdeep Muni, as well as Siddharth Sharma, thanks so much for joining us this evening.